The evidence tech located a bunch of evidence, black duct tape that had blood on it, hair on it, sheets that had blood on it, towels that had blood on it, a lot of different things that looked like were used to clean up maybe a crime scene. If Robert Jr. is on the run, he could be pretty far away by now.
Ein Paar wird gefesselt, erstickt und versteckt in einem Gartenschuppen gefunden. Die Ermittler beginnen, die Beweise zusammenzusetzen und plötzlich verschwindet eine Person. Der eigene Bruder der Frau, Robert Jr., ist unauffindbar.
So, are you gonna make this case go easier, bro? What do you mean?
Are you guys okay in the house? Like,
We're not living there anymore, Rob. There's blood everywhere. So, are you pleading guilty to everything?
no, I'm not. Like,
Why?
I can't really talk about it on the phone, but
Wollte Robert Jr. einfach nur untertauchen oder wollte er fliehen, weil er ganz genau wusste, was mit den Opfern passiert war? Bleibt dran, um die ganze Wahrheit zu erfahren. Am 26. August 2018 rief Kevin Marzejka in Michigan den Notruf, nachdem ein beunruhigender Geruch die Aufmerksamkeit auf einen verschlossenen Schuppen hinter seinem Grundstück gelenkt hatte. Seine Schwester Danielle und ihr Freund Seren waren seit mehreren Tagen nicht mehr gesehen worden. Was die Beamten im Inneren entdeckten, sollte eine ganze Familie in tiefe Trauer stürzen.
911, where's your emergency?
Hello?
Hello, 911.
Hi, I need someone to come to my house immediately.
Okay, what's going on over there?
Well, my sister's been missing for 4 or 5 days. Her and her boyfriend. And we just found 2 bags in the shed, and the Sligo, I think they're in the shed in a bag, okay? And I'm just scared to open it.
Okay, we don't want you to touch anything, okay? Because if it is something like that, there's going to be evidence, okay?
We stopped.
Okay, you said there's how many bags in that shed?
There's like 5 bags, but these 2 are the ones with slides all over them, okay? Can you just get someone here to check?
Yep, we're getting everyone on the way. What's your name?
Kevin Marzejka. But you go here, please.
So, sister, his daughter, has been missing for 5 days now. Okay. I did a walk around the house to check if there's any trails or anything suspicious. I've seen a boatload of flies behind the shed.
Doch als Kevin sich schließlich Zutritt zum Schuppen verschaffte, nahm die Suche ein herzzerreißendes Ende.
Flies and they don't look good.
I can't believe it.
What makes you think that she's there? What makes you think something happened to her?
Don't make me think she's there. Don't tell me she's there.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even know what we have.
That doesn't look normal. Let's grab a mask.
Nachdem das Gelände gesichert war, richteten die Ermittler ihre Aufmerksamkeit auf den verschlossenen Schuppen hinten auf dem Grundstück. Ohne zu wissen, was sie erwarten würde, bereiteten sie sich sorgfältig darauf vor, die Tür aufzubrechen und hineinzugehen.
It should be 2 in there, right? Yeah. Yeah, let's do the. You want to do booties? Yes. Just in case. Just I don't know. I got seniority. I'll do like. I walked up, then I observed a garbage bag on the ground directly in front of me, ripped open, and immediately could see a person wearing a black t-shirt, and then I observed the left thigh skin exposed of a person. Oh yeah, it's, dude, we don't have to talk, we're confirmed. Immediately confirmed that yes, we have a body. We're confirmed.
It's confirmed. Yes, it is. It is. Get everybody out here.
We're immediately clearing that home, making it safe. So that's not a possible suspect hiding in there.
No. Please do.
Police.
I peeled off to the left and we started searching and just started going room by room, checking everything.
That's as tense as it gets, is clearing a house. We're going through each room, we're opening each closet door, immediately drawing and getting our light in there, making sure nobody is in there hiding that could possibly do harm to us.
It's all clear up to that point.
Danielle Marzejka war gerade einmal 18 Jahre alt. Ihr Freund Seren Bryan war 19. Das junge Paar hatte begonnen, sich ein gemeinsames Leben aufzubauen, arbeitete Nachtschichten und teilte sich ein Zuhause. Dann, ohne Vorwarnung, verschwanden sie. Tagelang wusste niemand, wo sie waren. Nun begannen die Ermittler, die Antwort ans Licht zu bringen.
Seren didn't have any enemies. He was pretty even-tempered. Wasn't anyone that you'd see flying off the handle. You know, he had his limits, like everyone. Seren didn't know anyone out in Clinton Township besides Danielle and her family and her group. He was actually pretty quiet about that relationship. They met at a bonfire, and he did tell me I met someone new, but he didn't tell me a lot about her.
My sister, she was very unique, very creative and open, and she definitely stood for what she believed in, whether it upset people or not. She had no enemies that I knew of, and I could only think that maybe someone mad at something she was standing up for. But I couldn't imagine anything being serious enough to lead to hurting her or anything like that.
Stand by for a sec. Oh my God.
I watched as both bodies were removed from the bags, and I saw that both bodies had been duct taped. Their hands were bound together, their feet were bound together. They also had duct tape around their mouths or over their nose, and they also had bags put over their head and then duct taped around those bags around their neck.
I opened up a bag and found multiple items inside of it covered in one of which was a small mallet. Immediately thought that, hey, we could possibly have a murder weapon here. We continued on, duct tape with on it. There was bed sheets with on it.
I've been employed with Clinton Township Police for 18 years. This one will stand out in my mind as being more gruesome, if not than any one I've ever seen.
Her and her boyfriend Seren is 19 are both missing. I dropped them off after work on Thursday morning. They've been missing since Thursday at 8 a.m. That's when I dropped them off. That's the last time they were
Where'd you
seen.
drop them off?
Here, their house, after work.
That was the last time you saw them?
It's the last time anyone saw them.
Danielle's work friend was trying to help find her, and she had been home with Danielle's father, Robert, looking around. When we started talking about the shed,
So we were looking for the key. We couldn't find the key. One of the keys is missing.
he said Robert couldn't find his key or couldn't produce a key. It wasn't then until they had to call Robert's son, Kevin, to bring a key over to the house.
So we found the spare, and there was a bag covered in flies. It smelled like death. We were trying to figure out what was in it. So her dad and brother cut it open and pulled the plastic apart, and then both screamed and freaked out and ran to the shed.
It's kind of rough, isn't it, man? Yeah, not for a little while. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they got a don't want to, you know, his daughter. I know, I get it.
When I was talking to Robert, he was odd. He was acting strange.
I just kind of let him talk. I positioned myself so my camera would be on him and let him go. I didn't know how involved he was with this. I didn't know why there was body parts in his shed. He said he lived there, but he didn't know anything about that person being inside of the shed.
When you your shed, it was locked, right?
Yeah.
You and Kevin. Whose key did you use?
Mine.
So at this point in the investigation, we had a shed that was not broken into. Someone used a key to get into that shed. We had what appeared to be two bodies stuffed in bags in that shed. We had a couple different stories on whose key was used. And at that point, we were trying to figure out whose story was true, who we could believe and who we couldn't. Kevin was cooperative in coming to our police station where we could conduct an interview with him.
What's your name? No, Kevin Gilbert. I'm a detective here. Quit. How's Seren's relationship been with Danielle? I mean, they get along. I mean, from what I was told from her friends,
okay, that her boyfriend would never hurt her. So I figured it's, she got hurt. He was with her, So just so I can get this straight in my head, because I'm not that smart. Now, living there at that time, so within the last week, I had you living there, your dad,
Yeah.
Seren, Danielle. Was there anybody else?
My brother.
Okay, and what's your brother's name?
Robert.
Okay.
I was a little bit surprised to hear about another brother because that was the first I'd heard of it.
Were you trying to communicate with him that night?
I tried on Facebook Messenger.
Okay, but you didn't try
And, well, the thing is, I could tell, he caught, drift of what's going on, and he pretty much said he's shutting his phone off. I gotta go charge my phone, and then he never came back online. Right.
So I didn't bother trying to call, trying to text. If he's not coming back online, he's obviously knows what's going on at that point.
I didn't know who Robert Jr. even was. I don't know if Robert Jr. is a suspect. I don't know if Robert Jr. just wasn't around and nobody brought him up. But at that point, I was very curious on why he was not mentioned in the beginning of the story.
What about your dad? How's your dad?
Boys are drunk.
Okay.
And we lost my mom in 2011, and he's never really been the same, Well, he's always drank. Before he used to take pain pills too.
Right. And the mix of the both always made it.
Okay.
He just blatantly was no reason.
He explained that when Dad got drunk, he would sometimes get angry and yell. If they're an alcoholic, they can be two different people at different times. And that got me a little suspicious at that point. So my next task was to interview Robert Sr. to try and gather more information.
I do is worry about her. And now, the end is near. And so I face the final curtain.
For you?
Yeah.
Why for you?
Because if that's her in my shed, I'm done, son. I'm done.
At that point, I'm trying to figure out if this guy's just a strange guy or if he's actually trying to hide something from the police. We had a shed that was not broken into. Someone used a key to get into that shed. And during our questioning with Robert Sr., we finally got out of him that the key that was used to get in the shed was not his. It was Kevin's key.
And you don't remember whose key you used to get in there?
You know what? My key wasn't on the shelf.
Right.
I remember that.
Now you
What it always is.
Now you remembered after I told you that.
What?
Because the whole day you were telling me that it was your key.
Because that's what I always use. All right?
And when I told you that.
Well, believe me, I haven't slept in days.
Okay, well, I get that.
Listen. I remember it because I went up on the shelf where I have the house keys and it wasn't there. So I said, my key's not there. And I checked my pockets, because sometimes I have it. No, it wasn't there. Because we had to break the damn lock to get in.
Right.
And he couldn't explain why he originally told me it was his key. Whether it was he was just intoxicated or he was lying to me, I was still trying to figure that out at that time.
Where is Robert staying at right now?
I have no clue.
You said Robert was with you when you went to work on Thursday?
Yeah.
Did he pick you up, or did you go pick him up, or how did it work?
No, he picked me up. He dropped me off.
Okay. So he picked you up in the morning, dropped you off at 5:30.
Yep.
So you were with him the whole day?
Yes.
I'm trying to put pieces together because we want to talk to Robert so that we can get his story too,
I'd rather not involve somebody that doesn't need to be involved.
You realize we're talking about possibly dead people here, right?
The strange thing was that Robert Sr. was kind of shielding me away from Robert Jr., so I was suspicious about that. The medical examiner gave a cause of death for both victims as asphyxiation and blunt force trauma. So it was just way overkill on this one.
Seren was a very kind person. He was sensitive to how others felt and wanted people to be comfortable and happy.
He liked to draw and create art. He had sketch journals. Sometimes he shared them, and asking questions about them, I found out more about his day and how things were going. When he shared things from the sketchbook, it
My sister Danielle was a very beautiful soul. I mean, she was very unique and very creative. She loved the odd things in life. She didn't go for your basic, girly things that they all love, whether it's, flowers and whatnot. I mean, she loved spiders and bees and odd things like that, things that didn't get the normal attention. And a lot of her pictures, she would kind of put her head up and just her arms open and kind of embrace the world.
Nachdem die Opfer nun identifiziert waren, kehrten die Ermittler zum Grundstück zurück, um es ein zweites Mal methodischer unter die Lupe zu nehmen. Während sie nach allem suchten, was übersehen worden war, stach ein Detail sofort ins Auge. Das Haus wirkte ungewöhnlich sauber, was die Frage aufwarf, ob jemand große Mühen auf sich genommen hatte, um auszulöschen, was geschehen war.
Once I saw that, I thought this was not the actual scene where these people were killed. Looking around to your naked eye, it would look just like a bedroom. We use this stuff called Blue Start, so it reacts to where blood was. And the reason why we use that is because at this crime scene, someone had cleaned up. Someone had staged this bedroom to look like nothing happened in that room.
Doch in Robert Juniors Schrank entdeckten die Ermittler eine verstörende Sammlung von Beweisen. Blutverschmierte Handtücher, Rollen von Klebeband, verheddert mit Haarsträhnen und andere Gegenstände schienen hastig versteckt worden zu sein.
The evidence tech located a bunch of evidence, black duct tape that had blood on it, hair on it, sheets that had blood on it, towels that had blood on it, a lot of different things that looked like were used to clean up maybe a crime scene. If Robert Jr. is on the run, he could be pretty far away by now. We also discovered that their family van was now missing and no one knew where it was. So we're starting to realize that Robert Jr., if he is our suspect, could have fled in that van. At that point, things started to move a little bit quicker for us and we had to move fast.
Angesichts der wachsenden Beweisliste wurde den Ermittlern klar, dass eine Person auffällig abwesend war. Robert Jr., Danielles eigener Bruder, war verschwunden. Die Ermittler begannen sofort, seine Bewegungen anhand von Taxiunterlagen und Überwachungsaufnahmen nachzuvollziehen. Eine Spur, die sie schließlich nach Toledo, Ohio führte.
I was looking at the 23rd, which was the last day that Seren and Danielle's coworkers saw them. Well, later that morning, early afternoon, I see Robert Jr. was calling a local cab company. And I followed up with that cab company to find out if they did show up to give him a ride.
So I spoke to your operator. I asked her about the 23rd. You recall going to pick up somebody at a trailer last Thursday?
Okay, I think I kind of do remember.
Can you tell me anything about that pickup and who it was?
Anything you recall?
I can't really remember. Dropped him off at Wendy's. Or I asked him, did you have a specific spot you want to be dropped off? And he said first, I think, at Walgreens and then at Wendy's. And pulled right in, and I very first parking spot, and he got out and paid me, and that's all I know.
Pretty much in all the videos that I watched of Robert Jr., he appeared very calm. It's not like he had blood all over his clothing. He's just acting like the normal guy that you might be standing behind in line at the counter. So when I watched the video, I saw Robert Jr. at the Wendy's, which I know is a bus stop, getting onto the bus.
Did you go to parking again? No. How far did you go? Sorry, Kurt.
Initially speaking to Robert Sr., he had told me that Robert Jr. on the 23rd was with him on a job across town, that they had rode together in this white van to this job. And now I'm watching this video of Robert Jr. taking cabs, getting on a bus, It was obviously not a true story, that Robert Jr. was never with Robert Sr. that morning. What I then found out is he was en route to meet his father, who was doing a construction job about 45 minutes away. So at this point, we knew if Robert Jr. was on the run, it was likely that he was in that van on the run. So I created a crime bulletin. We distributed that to other law enforcement agencies and to the media to get it out to the public.
The search continues for a 24-year-old man following the discovery of a double murder scene in Clinton Township.
My thought process, I'm trying to think like Mr. Marzejka. He's trying to blend in within the community. I used the homeless to help me. I needed them to pound the pavement for me.
I wasn't certain if Robert Jr. was going to come back to the van or if Robert Jr. had just abandoned the van.
Als die Ermittler Robert Juniors Van verlassen in der Nähe eines Supermarkts fanden, war er selbst nirgends zu sehen. Die Ermittler weiteten ihre Suche sofort aus, durchkämmten sorgfältig die Umgebung und verfolgten seine möglichen Bewegungen zurück, in der Hoffnung, ihn zu finden, bevor er erneut verschwinden konnte.
You know he's wearing a disguise, the blonde wig and sunglasses and the tan baseball cap. It looks so foolish. But he just stood out. He thought he was trying to blend in, but he actually stood out.
He went in and he purchased a cell phone. Presumably he was making a phone call to someone. And then shortly thereafter, he brought that phone back in, packaged back up, and returned it for the cash.
My thinking is he doesn't have any friends. He's trying to get away. He's trying to get distance. One, he needs identification. The next two things is gonna be the train station or the bus, which is all in one. Mr. Marzejka is trying to purchase a ticket. They pulled up the ticket information. They had the ticket printed, which said his alias, Josh Bianca. The ticket also said the location where he was going to, what time he left, which was 11:55 on the 28th, and he arrived in Cincinnati at 3:45 a.m. on the 29th.
So we had to contact the U.S. Marshals down in the area of Cincinnati to start combing the area for Robert Jr. in the area of that bus stop or in the immediate area of that.
He had about a 6-hour head start on us, and we knew that he had definitely came to Cincinnati, so that was our breadcrumb at the time. So at that point in time, we started heading toward the Greyhound Station there in Cincinnati.
Die Suche führte die Ermittler schließlich nach Cincinnati. Dort zeigten Überwachungsaufnahmen Robert Jr. in einer öffentlichen Bibliothek, ruhig wirkend und verkleidet, um Unauffälligkeit bemüht, selbst als die Ermittler seinen Aufenthaltsort immer weiter eingrenzten.
He said, Marzejka came up to me, he only asked 2 questions. He asked me, 1, where can I buy a cell phone, and where's the library at? If we show up wearing our tack gear, he might see us walking up to the library, and at that point in time, he might book it. Cincinnati is a decent-sized city, and especially when you think you've got someone locked down, you know, you don't want to give them an opportunity to slip out and go somewhere else. So my partner and I walk in the lobby, and there's a security guard that was sitting just left inside the doorway at that point. And the security guard is facing the elevators. And we identify ourselves and show him a picture and say, we're basically going to be looking around here. We're looking for this guy. If you see him, don't approach him because he's very dangerous. And at that point in time, I had my back kind of to the elevators, and I'm pulling up a picture of Robert Marzejka. I hear a ding, and I see the doors open up. Goes, there's your guy right there. At that point, I turn around, and my partner turned around, and I mean, there he is. Wearing the same hat, same long blonde hair wig, strolling off that elevator with not a care in the world, holding a cup of coffee, and he was pretty shocked. He was pretty shocked by it. It's almost like you're watching, a hit cable TV show. And so at that point in time, we basically jumped them and actually got out of there pretty quickly.
Die Fahndung fand schließlich ein Ende, als die Ermittler Robert Jr. aufspürten und ihn ohne Zwischenfälle festnahmen. Nach Tagen auf der Flucht würde er sich nun endlich den Fragen der Ermittler stellen müssen.
Had their man, but that was not the end of my job. I had to continue with the investigation. Robert Jr. was transported up to the Clinton Township Police Department. Once he's up here, I got word that he wanted to talk to me, which surprised me. I didn't know that he would talk.
Obviously what happened was unimaginable, you know, and it happened to your sister, which is awful, okay? But a lot of times there's reasons why things happen, and whether those reasons are understandable or not, I'm just here to hear you out, right? So, what did you have to say to us? Did something happen that set you off, or what happened? Well, my first question is, what is my charge? I can show it to you, okay? Because normally, you got 2 counts. This is the charge document here. 2 counts of homicide, murder in the first degree. What is that? Premeditated. What is premeditated? It means you plan to do it. And if that's not the case, you tell me.
You're looking at the worst charge than killing 2 people, all right? But nobody can understand why this happened.
So at that point, Robert Jr. asked if he could call his brother, and secretly I'd hoped that maybe he was going to call his brother to confess or to tell him why he did it.
Hello? Hey, Kevin. Just got back from Cincinnati. I've got Robert here with me. Okay, all right. I'll talk to you in a few, Kevin. Okay. Hello? Hey. So, are you gonna make this case go easier, bro? What do you mean? Are you guys okay in the house? Like, we're not living there anymore, Rob. There's blood everywhere. So, are you pleading guilty to everything? No, I'm not. Wait. Why? I can't really talk about it on the phone, but...
Robert Jr. just told him he's going to plead not guilty, and at that point, it gets frustrating because you know that good piece of evidence that we could have right there of his confession, we weren't going to get it.
Obwohl Robert Jr. weiterhin jede Beteiligung bestritt, waren die Ermittler überzeugt, genug Beweise gesammelt zu haben, um weiter vorzugehen. Er wurde in Gewahrsam genommen und offiziell verhaftet. Im Zusammenhang mit den Morden an seiner Schwester Danielle und ihrem Freund Seren.
I believe what happened is Seren and Danielle return home at 8 in the morning from working all night and go to bed. Robert Sr. gets up to go to work. Robert Sr. and Robert Jr. were going to go paint that day. Robert Jr. was nowhere to be found. He wasn't in his bedroom. He wasn't there. So I believe Robert Sr. left to go to work. Robert Jr. then returned home at some point that morning, and something bad happened in Seren and Danielle's bedroom.
Nach einem 6-tägigen Prozess beriet die Jury nur 40 Minuten, bevor sie ihr Urteil verkündete. Schuldig in allen Anklagepunkten. Robert Jr. wurde zu lebenslanger Haft ohne Möglichkeit auf Bewährung verurteilt. Er würde also nie wieder in Freiheit kommen. Für Danielle Marzejka und Seren Bryan brachte das Urteil ein Stück Gerechtigkeit, doch es konnte die Tragödie zweier junger Leben, die von jemandem beendet wurden, dem sie eigentlich hätten vertrauen können, niemals ungeschehen machen. Der Fall hinterließ bei den Ermittlern und der Gemeinde offene Fragen. Handelte Robert Jr. völlig allein oder gab es Aspekte in der Geschichte dieser Familie, die nie vollständig aufgedeckt wurden? Was denkt ihr über diesen Fall? Lasst es uns unten in den Kommentaren wissen. Und wenn ihr über zukünftige True-Crime-Ermittlungen und Fallanalysen auf dem Laufenden bleiben wollt, abonniert unbedingt den Kanal und aktiviert die Benachrichtigungen für weitere Geschichten, die die dunkelsten Ecken des echten Lebens erkunden. Danke fürs Zuschauen und wir sehen uns im nächsten Video.